Hey everyone! Alright, this is a little bit not perfect, but we are streaming while recording. Starting at round 5. Nico versus my name is Stack. This is tournament game 2? I don't know. Uh, I'm covering for Matt, who unfortunately couldn't make it. Some error with the streaming, but this is R-Wise. I was unable to stream myself, so I'm recording. It looks like we got some Death Star action going on. Hard to tell what's going on. I don't typically use the ultimate mod. Looks like we got 3 points here for the rebels. But they're 1, 2, 3. Yes, they're at 11. Empire board presence. Utapau covered. Ooh, got some rebel presence here. Lord Mantel and Nikito. Classic public uprising to go after the Death Star, which is looking a little lonely there. And, what else we got? We're playing Ultimate Mod. Let's get the ultimate sound effects while we're at it. Like Darth Vader reading the plans here. On a captured Leia, Lando must have used his independent operation. Good missions for the rebs. Some good action cards. Good action cards for the Imperials. This is a tight game. I wish I had seen it from the start. You know, that's an interesting experiment. Can you jump into Star Wars Rebellion game at round 5 and figure out what was going on? I mean, my name is Stack says, oof. So the rebs maybe lost the Death Star plans, it looks like, just now. And that is oof. Although I like this fleet right here with this lockdown. I mean, they can do some damage different places if they want. Rebs build an alliance. Kashyyyk. So, you know, Matt is the real streaming genius, Matt in Combat Wombat. I am just figuring it out. I am more of the scheduling organizer and trying to get people to get their games going. It's been good so far. We have 6 of our 8 first round games. Got a little attack going on here to re-subjugate or re-blockade Bathawai. Tag versus Dodana. You know, one assault carrier versus one X-wing. It could get dicey with these small combats. You never know when the dice just decide to. There you go. You know, 2 blocks. Not what you want to see. If you can destroy that transport. Oh my god. Hate to see it. Oh, where is this actually? Is this on Occupied? No. Must be on Tatooine. Okay. Okay, so we had a transport and an X-Wing on Tatooine. Retreated. Oh, it is the rebel turn again. Let these players know that it's seemed to work. And we also had another game just finished. My name is Jim versus here's Jim versus I forget who they're playing, but hopefully we'll have that up in a moment. Maybe even record some commentary on top of the game. We got Nadine sabotaging Alderaan. 4 is looking a little threatened. Mission failed. Good job, Julie Krennic Spinus. I don't have a vested interest. I'm just rooting for a good game. You know, I want everyone to have a good time. Empire, a lot of ground presence. I feel like got structures in the base. A lot more tempo on the Empire side. So rebs with only one objective in their hand, you know, they're gonna have to really work for it. I think whatever happened here with Mon Mothma and Wedge Public Uprising, I guess Wedge didn't have one in a million. Maybe that was, yeah, because there's no more action cards in their hand. So did it for the rerolls. Let's see what we got now. Intercept transmission. Yeah, what else is Cassian doing? See how this goes. Blocked. They intercepted the transmission interception. Display of power. I'm assuming that looks like good coverage all over, and based on his rebel units and loyalty to base, it's probably Dantooine or Ilum. Wow, what a game! Wow. A display of power and a fear will keep them in line. That is, wow. Goodbye. Taking away 2 rebel loyalty on that last action. My name stack says you disgust me. That's rough times for the rebels. I think for those keeping track at home, so far we have 1 rebel win, so maybe this will be an Imperial win to balance it out. I'm not sure how the other games that went down went. And we have 3 more games tomorrow, so plenty of action. Building units. Oof, sad little single vanguard. I have a space unit too. Kind of weird. I don't know. I'm not gonna get involved. They they know what they're doing out here. Oh, there it is. There's all the. Ooh, look at that ultimate mod just stacking all the units. You know, there's a lot of back and forth. Which mod is better? Again, I don't have a position. I just want to see everyone have a good time. Got that last holdout force in Kashyyyk. Reb's got 2 objectives in hand. Losing that Death Star plans, that could have been the game right there. Assuming they can somehow score these 2. Yeah. Damn, we tuned in right after the big action, but you know, we'll have to just use our imaginations. Imperials dumping ton of units. Maybe I can get them to jump into voice chat after and give a little debriefing. We'll see. Kind of nice ultimate mod gives you these asterisks for the deployed units. I think it even tells you if you try to deploy one too many. I mean, you can do that with the Eskandar mod too. Just mark it with the drawing function. Rebs. Rebs are missing 2 leaders. Oh no, there's Cassian. One thing I wish for the mod, and maybe I'll talk to someone about this, is for streaming, it would be much better if you had kind of a top-down instead of the way the leaders work now. It's made for real life picking up and putting down, not the sort of top-down view we have for the mod. I mean, there's a chance if this stage 2 is Heart of the Empire. Well, there's no way. With the Death Star here and no plans, you can't do anything. I don't know what these units are gonna do. Maybe Magito. That looks pretty grim too. You gotta get these out of here somehow. There's nowhere to really go. Rebels are pretty trapped. I don't know. Maybe the Empire doesn't have the super laser and just make a last stand. What do we got? Probably a rapid mob to get out of there. Always build alliance, always sabotage, always infiltrate. One other mission, the contingency plan. Something interesting, and Wedge probably leading the last stand. Maybe run away to Ilum. Three Empire missions. I tried to encourage people to get on the voice chat just to make it a little more social and talky, but it's a lot easier to just play with typing and pointing. Hopefully the later rounds have a little more action. We're still just getting used to this tournament. Guess there hasn't been a tournament since 2023, if I recall correctly. Very excited. 24 entrants. Got it together pretty quick. Only took us a few days. And here we are. Third game, round 6. Turn 6. It's going to come down to, as it often does, do the rebels have somewhere to run to? Alright, what do? You gotta get this fleet out of here. I don't know if you can really retreat. Or where you could go to. Maybe you draw out the Death Star. Head to Coruscant. Because if you have part of the Empire, they have no choice but to send the Death Star there. To Coruscant to clear you out. Otherwise, you got 2 points. So let's see what is Stack gonna do. Yep. Oh, we got a reveal into the base. I love a strategic reveal. Alright, all of a sudden, base is a lot more serious. You got an ion cannon. He doesn't have any Imperial ground units nearby. But now, suddenly, you got a super laser staring you down. And no access to Death Star plans. what do you do? I mean, at least there isn't an Ozzel, so you have a chance to do something, but it's a force. So, no Death Star though, so I don't know. I feel like if you know the Rebels don't have Death Star plans, you gotta make that meatball work for it. You know, you can't just have it there sitting pretty and spend $2 billion on a super weapon to have it sit in the garage. But I don't know. I get it. Often as Empire, I'm like, all I need to do is keep this thing from blowing up, and maybe I got a shot. Who's gonna help rescue Leia? Where is Han Solo or Chewbacca when you need them? Let's see what's next. Anything Rebels need to do, take care of before the shit hits the fan. I mean, this is not a winning fight for the Empire on the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh wow! Oh wow! They're evacuating. Wow! Get the heck out of Ilum. Taking the whole kit and caboodle over to Teddy Bear Land. Let those Ewoks protect you. And now, I guess as Empire, you're left with this. Now you don't have the Death Star looming. This was a great move by Stack. I applaud you. I mean, you got under the radar. So, I assume that means you have Endor on under the radar. You already saw an intercept transmission get played, so you're hoping they're not sitting on another one. I don't know, but even a gather intel could crush you if Tarkin is sitting on that, because you're not going to have tempo. Empire goes last. You put that up on top of the deck, and then right after that, Empire picks it up with gather intel. One card, all it takes. Staging at Bespin, but you know, what are you gonna have there after this turn? Pretty small force. Wedge will wipe that up. Build the lines. Right? And you can sabo this too, yeah. This is what you hate to see as the Empire. They slip right out of your fingers. I mean, this would have been a bloodbath. And you know, you don't even get the satisfaction of a good big fight. Yeah, you gotta stop this from happening. So technically, slight odds for the Empire. Oof. Yeah, some bad rolls for the Rebels. Well, you know, you don't even need it, honestly. Oof, close one. But Empire takes. Oh no, Empire lost that one. Wow, the dice don't lie. Yeah, the saying. Guess you got a Sabo there, unless you can stack. When you stack Riken, get another Fist. I mean, I don't know how much it helps, because Yet can just Yet and Tag can... Ah! Wow, Plant Falls Lead. Another Nightmare Empire card. Dant, Geo, Queen, Secret Place, Geo, Othawire. So the only one that's useful out of there is Dantooine, and Empire can cover that, so Geonosis. I mean, technically Geonosis could be an option, but I don't know. Maybe you were hoping for Endor. 1, 2, 3, 4. All 4 on the bottom. Okay. Maybe you know Endor is there. If Stack has been doing Rapids, then could have complete knowledge of the deck. He's going to draw 8 of them. See what happens. Right. Maybe looking for that super laser, but it's too late. Your Death Star is of no use. Secret weapons for the Empire. Back to the Rebs. 2 more missions. This is a rapid. This is a Sabo, I would bet. One thing, just notice, I mean, you always leave an X-Wing just in case there's or something in space. In case the Empire has planned the assault. Although that is a 2-fist mission, and I don't know if 2 fists were assigned. So maybe could have sent that last. Just leave the base completely empty. It's crazy, but Ebo going up against Darth. Oh, Darth was on Rule by Fear. Yeah, so you didn't know. He could have been on Plan the Assault, and if the base is empty, no space, then a couple AT-ATs teleport in there, and that's a good game. Let's see. We got Nadine, the Madman, going, and Riken going against a lot of fists. Alright, you go the safe way, he's considering Mustafar. Or Solus, yeah, keep the reinforcements from coming in, because you're going to be able to take this out in Despin. You just have to see what's coming down the line. 2 moves the Empire will have, and I think one of them is going to have to be to cover Dantooine, and the other to Geonosis. Maybe that's all you got. I also don't like leaving this open in Kashyyyk, you know, and let the rebels have an inch of the Empire. So again, apologies for only getting the second half of the game. This is really only my second stream ever. Well, second recording. I haven't actually figured out the streaming technology. Stack spoken a little, saying the Death Star will be in range in 4 minutes. Looks like it will take 1, 2, 3 turns. 1 minute. Turn. R&D, not gonna help. So Rebs just bought themselves 3 turns. It looks like 1, 2, 3. So if they can score 2 objectives, I mean, I'm assuming that they're getting to Endor somehow. Or did they use this already? Under the radar? Yeah, maybe they already used it. Maybe Endor's already in there. Again, we're playing with imperfect knowledge. It's all good. Game 3 of the tournament, round 1. We've got about 50, 60, who knows how many more games, a couple months, so we'll only get better at this. Playing on Memorial Day here in the US, so wasn't so easy to find streamers. Let me check. Cassian just chilling and ill.
The first transport is away. The first transport is away.
Like I have a built-in soundboard here. Love that. It's good for the viewers. So the rebels move the base. I assume it's Endor. Where else would they move? Come on. Rebels drop into troopers in the new base. One trooper, one vanguard. Or maybe not. I guess they still have Kashyyyk open. Oh, chilling. Okay. Okay. This one. I guess this is a great move. You never know when you'll need an extra trooper. You know, if you build a transport and a trooper, now you have 2 troopers you can drop somewhere maybe. I don't know. Or if Kashyyyk stays open somehow. I don't know. More TIE fighters in space, but I think you can wipe this either in the air or the ground, whatever you choose. Rebs up to the stage 3 objectives. Looks like it was pretty even on the leaders. No one that bad here on either side. You know, if you see a Jin or a Janice, you know somebody had some bad picks. These are all solid. Maybe Veers is the worst of all these. Krennic's Finest not great either, so. But Empire is always a little worse than Rebels, I feel like, unless you get Oswald, who is insanely overpowered. MVP of all the leaders. Who would have thought that? Funny looking mustache man. You got a question from Stack. Luckily, Dube's probably best player that I've seen in a good while. TTS named Choki. I don't know if it's Choki or Chalky. I should ask sometime. Dube's on hand. Not in the tournament, luckily for the rest of us, but we'll be watching and helping and all that, so. Well, let's ask Tubes if he'll share. wonder what the question is. Something about can you retreat back to the base? Something like that. I had to bet. Or can maybe where the Empire will retreat. I mean, Empire cannot retreat to the base because there's units around, so you have to retreat priority to where there's units. Sometimes you see that sneaky, aggressive retreat, but you also can't retreat to where units are. So there's no way the Empire can get into Endor except the old-fashioned way. Gotta fight those teddy bears face on. Empire pre-planning their free missions. Little free information for the rebels, but I appreciate keeping the game moving. They've been going pretty good, I think for a couple hours maybe. Try to see a game ideally ending in 2 hours or less. Combat Wombat famously has a 1 hour rebellion channel, and maybe if you watch on 1.5 or 2 times speed, that's true. But it's a lot of work to edit it down to 1 hour, so I appreciate that. He's putting videos up. I think there will be a link to his channel and games somewhere, but you know, we're still an amateur operation putting it all together. I think I've played Nico in the past sometimes, and I can't remember actually. Let me check. Nico, yeah. Played him as recently as, well, now for a year almost. And I don't remember how that game went, so Nico's profile picture is Darth Vader, so yes, comfortable with the Empire. That was a great move by Stack. The plant false leads into Hidden Fleet is an Empire nightmare. Big stack of rebel missions. You know, if you're the Empire here, you are in a little bit of emergency mode. You know, you got 1, 2, 3, 4 turns. You gotta assume they're gonna score 1 or 2, so it's really 2 turns. Death Star is 3 turns away. I don't even know if you could build something that could take this out. You know, maybe you're competitive in the space, but not in the ground. So let's see. Mixing it up. Looking at 5 missions. Maybe you keep someone back to block because you see Empire is planning some shenanigans. If you have, if you lose a rep now to carbon freezing, that's devastating. That means, you know, this Death Star is hitting you. Oh, there you go. Oof, what a guy, Nadine, one of the best. Now you have literally nothing here in Destin, and I guess if rebs attack, you retreat, but they don't even need to attack. They could let you come at them, and then they're on the defense. They got the advantage. Love, Nadine. He's just so versatile. You know, often you see him take out a shield bunker to make the Death Star vulnerable, or just do what he just did now. And Nadine and Lando together, they just tear apart any kind of Imperial ground force. And you still have these randos out here for the rebs, Kashyyyk and Geonosis. You know, they could do some damage somewhere, so I have, funny enough, my other first attempt at recording, which I haven't posted yet, I haven't been able to, is the first half of the game that I played against Piotr, and hopefully I'll get that up soon, but took a little longer than we hoped. Wasn't able to finish it, so I have a first half of the game and a second half of the game. And Matt has a full game that has been posted, the first tournament game. Alright, back to this game though. We've got 5 Rebel missions, 4 Empire missions. Looks like Lando. What's Lando doing? Going to base. I didn't know you could move into the base. I thought you could only wrap it into the base, but maybe not. Oh, I see. So you keep all your units hidden. Oh, that must have been the question, because I don't even know that one. I mean, I guess Doobie knew. Must have been. Alright. Really flailing, you know? You hate to see a Super Star Destroyer 3 on the queue when there's 4 turns left. Like, that thing is not even gonna get delivered before these rebels are popping champagne. I don't know, maybe you have an overseas project, but gotta imagine that Tag is on some kind of R&D or Tarkin, but yeah, I don't know. And space isn't even really the big problem here. You know, two speeders. I guess it's only 4 units, but five units on the ground. I mean, you need to get some AT-ATs rolling. Or maybe you have plan the assault. Not plan the assault. What do they call that mission? Planetary Conquest. The Empire's version of it on the ground. Empire finally making some moves in best spin, but loyalty is not going to be the question here. Your units, and you get the units out. Damn, these are some good players, you know. I look at this board and I'm like, you know, I'm in the tournament too myself. As sketchy as that is. Ugh, base defense. How could it be? You already have base defenses. They recon that? How did they get ion cannon and shield generator and now they're base defending? Wow. This is a strong force. Now, you are not taking that out unless you get the Death Star there. Yeah, so you're gonna have soulless loyalty, but what is that getting you? You need to... I don't even know what you need to do. Yeah, I guess you need to get the Death Star moved over there. Hope that the rebels don't score these objectives, whatever they might be. I mean, Nicholas saw the stage 1, so he knows what that is. I forget what it was. And these stage 2s, you know, loyalty is kind of under control here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 rebel loyalty. I prefer to keep it down to 5. Lock the Savo. Get some more projects. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, 6 loyalty could be a point, and that's that one. Minus counting. Counting is such a important part of the game. Yeah. If that's a rebel point, then they're 2 turns away. Unless you have carbon freezing. You're in trouble. Oh, you gotta move that meatballing too. There it is. Death Star, 4 minutes away. I can't even stay upright. Alright, what do you got, Jan? Jan the man? Oh, Leia is rescued. You hate it. You gotta block that. Because what if they have leave no one behind? That's a point. Every point now is bad news for you. I mean, what else is Piet doing? I don't like that one bit. I guess you cover Kashyyyk or... I actually don't remember if that's true or not. I think you can choose. You choose whether you rescue, bring both leaders back, or just leave one. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, what the heck? Not like he's on a capsule or something. But we can confirm.
There's one. Set for stun.
Oh, and a sneaky little sweep the area. Wow, Nico's putting up a good fight here. Great play. Way to, you think you're gonna get a Death Star, and somehow Death Star doesn't get blown up. You think you're gonna leave no one behind, and somehow you leave someone behind. I mean, both players really. Alright, so now what? I think you gotta 2 turns. You need to score 1. You got your stage 3s. Death Star's gonna come at you. 1, 2. You need to score 1. and you need to make sure you don't get frozen in carbonite. And then you can have the rebs. And, in a way, it's a lot easier for the Empire. You know what you need to do. You need to go to Endor and blow it up. I mean, sometimes it switches. Before it was, you need to get the Ilum and blow it up. But rebs, you don't even know what your objectives are when you start the game. You could have all the most random and difficult ones. I mean, in general, you want to have units and board presence and all that, but you don't know what you're going to need to be doing specifically. Wow. Stormtrooper unit. Stormtrooper limit hit. I have not seen that before. Not in a while. So, where are you going to remove stormtroopers from? You have this whole leftover fleet in Ord Mantell. Coruscant's pretty empty. Gotta be careful about leaving rebel units in 5 systems. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a stage 3 objective right there. I see a transport and a bunch of. So now you can, you can do something somewhere in Kashyyyk if you want. Kind of crazy. Only 3 objectives scored. You're gonna want to score 5 or 6 objectives, but sometimes it doesn't work out that way. If I can re-upload my game. Right. Drop a couple in the base, why not? Drop a couple in Kashyyyk. I mean, Kashyyyk's gonna be destroyed momentarily, but maybe if you drop some in Kashyyyk, you can. Dak asking for a take back. I mean, I feel like that's legit. First round of the tournament. In theory, he saw what Nico built, but that stuff doesn't really matter. It's kind of weird. You pick the units you build, and then you put them on the queue and deploy them, but it's really just adding a new step. Kind of unnecessary. I don't know. Game already takes too long as is. Alright, what's going on here? Filing on the queue. 4 units in the base. Ariel's just trying to get their Death Fleet over to Endor. Doesn't seem likely you're gonna see another base move. Rebs, just even one of these kind of makes the game over. I don't know. Next turn is 9. Everything will be here. And then, yeah, you need 2 points, I think, as rebels. Because if you wait till 9, and then 10, the Death Star just moves into Endor. So you need 2 more points. Maybe you got those Death Star planes again. I'm kind of surprised. No shield bunker on the Death Star. You already saw Nadine get used. I don't know, maybe Plan the Assault has already been used too, but it doesn't take much to pop that Death Star, and that's the game right there. Also now you got stage 3s, you gotta watch where you put Vader and Palpatine. Just tossing 7 stormtroopers in the trash. Doesn't even need them. That's so many. Hey, you need to get Wedge out of there. I mean, in theory, you can just attack this. Well, you don't really have the space now. Free Wedgie. Score some points, and you win as rebs. So you get a carbon capture, and you protect the Death Star. You win as the Imperials. That's how I see it. Rebels got everyone but Cassian. There another rescue mission here. Is Cassian gonna do something bold? I don't think they got a plan to assault, but maybe you can wait one more. I don't know. See? Alright. Oof, you hate to see Darth Vader on a mission when you have someone captured. Because at this point, carbon freezing is a real game ender. No, no action cards left on either side. I love stacks, so that's pretty funny because Nico's profile picture is Darth Vader and Stack has Akbar on his strap. What do we got? Big rescue or an attack? And the assault. Prepare for battle. Okay, get your cards back. You got it. Now what do you do if Vader's sitting on carbon freezing? Just cry, I guess. Alright, so what do you do as Empire? I guess you gotta move your crap in before it's too late. I don't know. I mean, depending on your probe map, maybe you gotta cover some other stuff, or maybe you want to kill these lingering rebel units. Oh, Dagobah? But they already knew that wasn't on Dagobah. I guess they're just covering the probes. They're maybe worried about hit and run, but I don't know. At this point, you kind of know the base is in Endor and you gotta get there. So. Well, if you don't have carbon freezing, then you gotta just prevent rebels from scoring. That means keep your units big. Right, Cassian attacking. You know, this is kind of why you want to cover Already played Piet, ready for action. Maybe you send the leader here, why not? And see how much damage you could do. Yes, you're worried that your leader will die, but better than giving up a point. Pew! Imperial with 2 Star Destroyers, that's 8, and 5 fighters. Not sending oh, Piet is back in action. Yep, use that shield bunker while you have it. Probably flipping the battle or something here. As rebels, what are you trying to do here? Maybe 3, kill 3 health worth of units. Maybe you're just trying to free wedge. A lot of dice rolling. We always love that. There's oof. You have to remove 2. I mean, save the striker, why not? No. He's protecting the Star Destroyers. See what they clap back with. A lot of dice. If you roll the green, I think the green and the blacks kill those fighters. Oh, so you want to put those on the cruiser? Kill the cruiser. I don't know. You should be assigning after you reroll. But I'm not gonna tell him how to live his life. That's it. Oh yeah, because he had the Nebula card. Alright, what do you do now? You've killed 1 shield bunker. They're retreating. Don't like that. I mean, why bother leaving a unit there? They're gonna get killed. This whole thing is moving in. Alright, and you lost your Nebulon. Oh, you played the U-Wing card. That was a very tactical retreat.
There's one. Set for stun.
So Nico, I mean, you don't see the U-wing card a lot, so it's, you know, that's always a nice little treat. Nice little treat. Give yourself a U-wing snack. You deserve it. Okay, so I don't know. Now you gotta capture again as Empire, so I imagine one of these fists is for Empire, and but will the rebels put anyone in the line of fire? I mean, if you leave no one behind, then you're kind of good. I don't know. Going over the retreat funky wonkiness. You know, there's kind of 3 levels of where you can retreat to, or something like that, and it can be a little tricky. But this is legit. Retreated to Endor. You know, sometimes you'll see rebels attack from the base, and they have units somewhere else, but not the base, and then they have to retreat to that system. You know, let's say, just as an example, if you came from Cato, where the base was, without a TIE fighter here, into Malastare, and you were planning to retreat back to Cato, you couldn't. You would have to retreat to Kashyyyk because you have units there. So what you have to do is reveal the base, then attack, then you can retreat back to the base. Here comes the Imperial Death Squad. And maybe you leave the meatball behind. I mean, 2 points. This is more than enough to kill the base, and why put it there? I mean, you almost want to just like not bring the fighters too, because there's that stage 3 objective to kill 3 health worth, and that means just picking off 3 TIE fighters. I mean, I don't know. At that point, there's not much you can do about it. Like, what are you gonna do? Make 2 Star Destroyers take on this fleet on their own? I don't know. Yes, we're dead. 1 brave soldier. I kind of don't know why you left him behind. Let's see what happens. Maybe you're trying to get units in 5 systems. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you just leave 1 extra one. That's another one of the stage 3s. Have units in 5 systems, which currently Rebels have, but you know, Kashyyyk is gonna get crushed, I'd imagine. Or Geonosis. Rapid. I don't think you have anywhere to run to, fortunately. You gotta make your stand here stack. Although I don't have complete information, so maybe not. Let's see. Oh, Stack says wait. What's the problem, Stack? Wants to reveal the base. I mean, nothing changed. All he did was play rapid, but he realized he wants the base revealed. I mean, maybe it's a plan the assault or something on Jan. That'd be pretty cheeky, putting Jan up against Palpatine potentially. I don't know. So what revealing does? Oh, he's worried about planetary. APS. I thought revealing was so he could move more units out from the base, but he said, I'm not going to let you planetary there. So he could still, I guess the leaders come out. You know, I'm sure people will sound off in the comments. Great thing about the internet. You get a lot of comments, a lot of feedback. The balls now. What do we see? You know, if you're looking at 5 units on the board, maybe you move Kashyyyk somewhere. That Alderon, I don't know. That kind of guarantees it because he can only get one system, or Geonosis can do. Empire only has one move. Yeah, like maybe a little talking, just all this typing and pointing. It's a little crude, you know. Nothing like a little chit chat, lighten the mood, make it a little more gamey. Also gonna try to get some music. It's a little complicated. Apparently you need to be careful about adding music to streams. YouTube will destroy your stream, take it down, you know, sue you for $1 million because of trademark infringement or whatever, copyright. What are we sabotaging? I mean, interesting. Sabotage on the Malstar. Maybe you're trying to seize control. I don't know. Or you take this kind of a weird flex. Maybe you know Malstar is in the probe deck and you're kind of free it, but still have a Death Star right next to Malstar. So oh, there goes Lando. Getting drawn out and probably captured. Well, Rebs did not score. Oh, they wanted to try to score, probably leave no one behind, and no work. Now that Lando is about to get his ass captured again. I don't know. Great. R&D. Now that the rebs have played Sabotage, you can just play it. Got nothing to worry about. We got Nadine and Mothma. Build Alliance. What you trying to do? 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. What are you doing? Ruled by fear. Oh, so Lando doesn't even get captured. And you can't keep them from getting 6 planets. Let's see. 1, 2. I don't know what you're trying to do. I think I would have taken out some units. Hit and run. You're liberating one of these planets, but how much is that going to help you? I don't know. I'm the Emperor now. I gotta take out some rebel units. So I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 systems with rebel units. That is too many. And I get what's happening here. This is why we need to use our voices and communicate. Nadine seems to be hesitating on the hit and run. Wait, hit, and then run. What happened here? What are y'all doing? Okay, yeah. Mon Calamari is free for Akbar. And Emperor. Heading down to Kashyyyk. Or maybe Geonosis. Guess Kashyyyk, right? Just gotta put those bookies in line. What else you got going on? Oh, Dathomir? Oh my god. I don't know. We'll see. 4 and a point now as Rebels. Time is moving up. First action. We get a point somewhere, and that's the game. Unless, does the Empire have carbon freezing? Pakistan. Oh, I forgot to play that. He had to play that before he did hit me. Yeah. I feel like he should let that, or like maybe let I don't know. It's the first round of the tournament. I don't hold it against either one of them. You know, the game of endurance. It's the emoji for it. It's a game of endurance. Nico says, I would let him do it. I mean, I don't know. Just a game, right? Oh, Nico denies. No, under the radar. Over the radar. I mean, I don't even. Where are you even moving to? Oh, maybe Moncal. Yeah, Moncal pushes it. Maybe Moncal. Could have won it for the rebs. They score anything? Leave no one behind? Yes. It really worked for that. So, if Moncal was under the radar, that would have been a clear. Would have been a clear rebel win. I mean, you still don't have much in the base, and he can just attack that from 2 systems. I don't know. Maybe Staff was just flexing. He's like, I don't even need to be under the radar. Oh, there are still action cards here. In the Eskender mod, they're always here. So, Stack can't deploy to the base because it's revealed and it's a remote system. But he does have Moncal or Kashyyyk, so there's some options. This is Death Fleet, which will destroy him. I guess you have the chance to attack out. At least there isn't Death Star there. I mean, I don't know. That would make a difference. But if you just need to do 3 health worth of damage, then maybe this is where you go. It all kind of depends on your stage 3s and stage 2s. I mean, maybe you just attack out here with not that much. And, see if you can kill this. I don't know. This is 2, 4, 7, 9 HP versus 2, 4, 7 HP. And you got your shield generator. This isn't necessarily a killer force. I don't know. And you can maybe attack and try to chip away at it and then retreat. It's a close game. I'm curious if they want to stick around and talk after the game. I would love that. Let me ask them. I mean, it's been a long game, so maybe they don't. And I don't know if I would want to. Whether you win or lose, Sometimes by the time the game ends, you just want to do something else. So I guess Stack previously accidentally looked at the pro deck and Nico let it slide. So now Nico is saying no, under the radar for you, which is fair. I mean, there's also takebacks aren't a big deal, but you do want the game to keep moving. And at a certain point, it's like, all right. No one's playing a perfect game here, and even when you do, the dice often tell you to go pound sand. So, all just for fun, folks. Rebels got 4 missions. I mean, it's gonna come down to can they score off first action? And will this force defeat this force? No missions for Imperials. They're just going all out. Alright, so Wedge coming in. He's trying to do some kind of major victory, I would bet. You gotta move it all in. It's all or nothing now.
I'll take them myself. Cover me.
Yes, sir.
Alright. I guess you're just doing the AT-AT card to even these numbers out and trying to survive. Or, I don't know. We'll see what happens. These space units are going to take a pounding, though. I'd love to see it end on a big fight. I mean, if Dak had moved to Moncal, I mean, it happens so often where it's like, oh, you can't get to me and I win. That's that. But, I don't know, he still could have gotten there. It would have been a little fight instead of a big fight. Alright, what do we got? Rolling dice, rolling dice. Wedgie. Wedgie killing Star Destroyers. Get him, buddy. They should have made a Wedge movie. I think they maybe are with Ryan Gosling. I don't know. Making stuff up. Wasn't that blank? Track all this. Pew pew pew! Turn fire. That is. What is that? I don't know why they don't reroll before they. What is this? Why don't you reroll? I don't know. I'm not gonna get involved. I think it makes more sense to reroll before you assign because it might change how you assign things. So why not do that? But I'm not gonna tell them how to live their life. Well, it looks like all the space is dead. Rebels are gonna be trying to hold it off on the ground. See no objective. Too bad. Oof. Gotta see what these objectives are. Alright. Tow cables by AT-AT. I mean, often you see some blocks here, and on 4 dice, you can still block. Oh, he's doing a second card. Nah, it doesn't matter. I don't know. Are you supposed to assign before you re-roll? Set the rules. Oh. I think Stack had a re-roll there. Not that it matters. Getting a little sloppy, that's what happens. I think they've been playing for 3 hours? I don't know. Text, that's fine. All good. Okay. Go over it. Yeah, you gotta get out of there. Alright, base fight. That's it. What else you doing? Throwing that base. Final fight. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. Ah, Veers. Good guard, Veers. For you. That probably just saved him the game. Now we got 5 versus 6. With, oof. A lot of hits. 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. One reroll. Yeah, you can see the fatigue hitting stack, making a lot of, not really big mistakes or whatever. Could be the game, but all those little, it's kind of funny. You got a structure here, and that could make the difference in the end. Play the Vanguard card. You get 4 hits, and if your structure is left, you win. Oof. I mean, it doesn't even matter here, but what are you taking out the strikers? I think. Yeah, might as well take them out. So that's the space. Now let's see the ground. Aerials. Got a lot of rerolls here too, so it's not just more HP, it's more rerolls. There goes Vanguard. I guess he didn't have the Vanguard card. So now it's 3 HP versus 2, 4, 5 HP. All coming down to the rolls. That's 1, 2, 3 hits. Wow, that's it. Super dead. You would need to get 3 hits. Even that wouldn't help. Over. Yes, stack. Jumping in the Discord. Let's see if it's working. Hello. Let's see. Can you hear me? 1 second. Whoa. Hello. Damn, I gotta get better at streaming. Hello. I see the thing coming up, and I can hear the thing, but I cannot hear you. Let's try again. Hello! Can you hear me? Oh, this is embarrassing. Damn. Output volume, input volume. Oh, you know what? I'm in streamer mode. Really weird thing that. Let's see. Jeez, I don't know how to do it. Oh, can you hear me? Streamer mode. I want to turn it off. I don't know why I cannot hear this guy. Maybe it's his microphone. I don't know. Okay, so my Discord is not picking up. Let's see. How about now? Okay.
Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you.
So, okay. Now I think I can hear you.
Yep. Nico.
Yes. Sorry about that. Hopefully the stream can hear it too. I mean, this is only my second time streaming, so. Hey, good game. Sorry for the rough loss, you know?
I mean, I get to explain the importance of playing your cards properly, right? I mean,
Yes.
you're really patient with the with some of that stuff. It's just, you know, you're tired, you play faster.
Yeah.
So I think I put myself in a position to win it and then lost it, but he put himself in the right position to win. So there you go.
What was under the radar? Was that Moncal? Yeah.
I put it there fairly early, and I decided I'd give myself the option of playing what do you call it? Yeah, three diplomacy.
Yes.
One circle, two triangle. I mean, my brain's not working anymore.
Yeah. What is it like? Rebellion, Spark of Rebellion, or something like that.
Yeah, I thought I'd give myself that option to be able to play it later if I didn't use it on the Death Star. But obviously, once you draw wedge, and I had one.
Yes.
I thought, okay, right, let's do this. And then again, my dumbass, I thought, I should be in a rush. I don't want him blocking this. And then he put whatchamacallit, he put Palpatine, he put Palps on a mission, and I didn't have to worry about it. And I could have played, I could have basically guaranteed it by putting, because I had in my hand, prepare for battle.
Yeah.
And I was stupidly too worried about Pope when I was playing. I could have just done prepare for battle, gotten the Nebulon card back, played that, which they would you would not have been able to stop. Goodbye, Death Star.
No.
I had a lot of good win conditions that I just didn't play properly out there. But
oh man. Well, you know, I'm so glad that this tournament is double elimination because I really want to see you play again. That was such. I mean, the jump from Ilm to Endor, and I have to tell you, I only started watching halfway through. You know, unfortunately, we've had a lot of hiccups. So I just saw the Spark of Rebellion or whatever. What's that?
No, I just lost the last 5 seconds, but it's fine.
I said we've had some hiccups, so we only started recording halfway in, and we saw a force on the Death Star, but the Death Star was not exploded. You know, like we saw that mission, and it was like, what happened here?
Yeah, what happened was I played the card without picking what I had in my
Oh
hand.
no!
It's one of those. I think you get too used to playing with people on the server where you're fairly relaxed about things.
Yeah,
Like tournament's different. Tournament is
yeah.
No one's gonna let you. Like that last bit, I would have been floored if Nico had said, "Yeah, sure, you can switch it under the radar there for this kind of thing." I mean,
it wasn't a sure thing though, so don't kick yourself too hard because there's still a couple units. You know, maybe you put a Y-wing, but he can deploy in both of these systems, right? In Salakami and Felucia. So it's still a bit of a slap fight at the end.
Yeah, there I would have been praying for Wedge and 1 in a million to bail me out on taking one of those and letting the ground do its thing, right? Because then I would have had at least 3 ground units versus probably 2 of his. So I thought that was slightly better odds than where I ended up. But yeah, I think I was driving back from Doobs would hate me for this. I was driving back from somewhere because it's a holiday here.
Yeah, that's true.
I was just listening to all of his games. Like,
oh wow!
And I was just going, right, do be the Rebs player. Let's see what he's up to. And a lot of it was like planning base movement, and he always takes under the radar. I was like, right, let's do it. I almost kicked myself because I had the option on under the radar to take Endor over Moncal. But then
you ended up there anyways. Brilliant.
Or not. Yep, ended up there anyway. I think that is the most prepared I've been for base movement in any game that I've played. So it does feel rough not to pull that stuff off, but still, you know.
Yeah, I gotta say, they say it's pretty even, but I feel like Rebs are so much more difficult, and hopefully you get to play Imperial next. I don't know if you feel the same way, but it's like, when you have the Death Fleet just approaching you, and you had it twice on both sides, I was like, oh, you got away from the Death Star, and then it's like, nope, it's coming right back at you.
Yeah, I did feel a little bit unlucky, and I was like, well, whether I took Moncal or Endor, either way, that Death Star's going to be making its way over.
And then, you had such a brilliant rescue for Wedge, and then just to get, sweep the area. And I thought he was going to capture again when he pulled Lando out with draw them out. But what were these last 4 objectives, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh yeah, I've got It was annoying. I had Heart of the Empire, which
but you also had this force here. But the Death Star was right there. There was no way. Yeah,
well, that's the other thing is that actually I knew that was coming up, and it was for start of refresh phase, and I'd had covert ops. Like there were things that I could have done to bring up Show No Fear a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
But again, just didn't play the right cards for it. I mean, I took Caspian specifically because I went, ooh, if I get covert ops, I can bring this card into my hand, drop it right after the base move, and then he's on a timer.
Yeah.
But it's, I think just like him, both a little bit tired, not going to be off. But, Yeah, and I mean, I started to defend the people, and I just want to kill myself.
That's the worst card. That's just like, go pound sand. Well, great game, Stack, and thanks for playing, and thanks for tuning in at the end here. Hopefully we can get this up. Of course, see you in the next round.
Lower bracket all the way.
Yeah,
cheers.
You better fight your way back. Take it easy.
Alright, bye.
Alright, so that's all we got. Hopefully, it doesn't sound like trash. Thanks for tuning in, and see you on the next episode.